masked in school. We have about 1 million tourists coming into our state monthly, unmasked, untested, and our kids are still masked in school.
Yes.
It's crazy. I have a good friend and multiple good friends who have had to send their kids off to play sports in the mainland. They're losing endless memories that they can never get back. You know, when I graduated high school, the thing I remember, was friends and family being around me, lay up to my neck, or past my neck, and on both arms. You know, these kids will never have these memories. And it's
let me share my position
totally
with you, and then you can come up with well, it's got to be a question, or I can't help you.
Okay.
If it's just a speech.
So my question is, are you going to step up and fight for these kids, or will you allow them to continue to be masked when everybody else can come unmasked and carry on as usual?
I did and am. Let me tell you where the policy is exactly, okay? I directly communicated with the superintendent and told them they should drop the mask mandate for children in school. Straight up, okay? And I'll unpack why they make their decision, which I think is the wrong decision, okay? So they said they're going to wait till the end of this school year, which is the June calendar. The reason I didn't agree with it is because our COVID numbers have dropped very significantly and the hospitalization numbers have also dropped. Let me finish this up, but you can ask the follow-up questions, of course. The reasons they gave, I don't know that were valid enough, but I'll tell you what their rationale was, okay? They felt that if some children are masked and some aren't, and then they're exposed to COVID, their standard is then to put kids out for 5 days. And they're worried.
It's actually 10, right?
Well, it's 5 if they are unvaccinated, right? So it's 10 if people choose not to vaccinate, which is again a choice, okay? So you're right, it's 10 in that case if someone has chosen not to be vaccinated. And they, number one, didn't want to disrupt that amount of education. But I think it's disruptive, I agree, with kids in masks in school. And then also, the secondary problem they had was that they were afraid of discrimination basically calling some people out as being vaccinated and not being vaccinated, which I understand that is a challenge. I mean, I don't want people to be judging one another. That was the only argument that actually gave me a half-second pause, because I don't feel it's anyone's right to know whether I'm vaccinated and you're not, and I don't think anyone should be allowed to ask me that. So all I can tell you is, in this particular case, we have the same position.
Okay.
And I'm not the governor, but you know, so I can only give a...
That's the position you're vying for.
Yes, right.
So my thing is, kids have a statistical 100% chance of surviving vaccine or not. So why in the world are they the only ones still masked in the state? It makes no sense at all. Your rationality was case numbers dropping. The kids have the least amount of chance of dying for COVID. So why are we still only masking the kids?
And their teachers are vaccinated too.
Exactly. So why are they worried? It should have always been a parental choice. The government is taking away the parents' choice. Yeah. The parents, that's our job. That's our decision, not the government. That is 100% overreach. And I know you're smiling, but it's, you know.
We're smiling because we agree. I mean, that's the point. I mean, I wouldn't be smiling if we disagreed. I'd probably be neutral. But what I'm saying is, I made that case. I made that case because I said it's time. The reason I made the case that you're making is because I'm now more worried about the behavioral health impact on kids. Which, because
should have been worried about.
We've been worried about that the whole time. Yeah, we've known from the get-go.
Why can we go to a restaurant and we sit down and we can take it off, and they can't sit at a desk and take it off? We're all in restaurants without a mask, but the kids aren't.
Well, I've already made the point, I think, which is I agree with you.
Well, I've only seen you advocating, sir, with all due respect, over the last 2 years, I've only seen you advocating for vaccines and yourself injecting vaccines. So when you stand here and say that you're for equality for children, that's not the case in schools right now. I have friends who are not being welcomed back for their contracts next year with the DOE because they are not vaccinated, which leads me to believe that there's no intention of this stopping. And I know you keep saying you're not the governor, but you're trying to be the governor, and you are currently the lieutenant governor. So why haven't you come out and voiced these platforms that you are telling us now in this room 2 years into it? Well, why haven't you been saying this the whole time, advocating for the children? I've seen you injecting vaccines. I have not seen you advocating for choice.
First of all, you haven't seen me inject children with vaccines because I haven't done that. Just so you know, let's be factual.
Yeah, I just said injecting vaccines. Right. I didn't say specifically towards children, but to people in general.
But you were implying.
Okay. Oh, well, no.
It's been encouraged.
It's been encouraged, for sure.
I've seen your videos encouraging children.
And I do believe in vaccinations for children. I do. But I don't propose that they be mandated for children. And that was just a clear... But you know, I hope that this is why I wanted to address your group or some questions, and I will stop here. But the point is, as you guys learn about how politics really works, you should look.
That's very condescending, first of all.
Well,
excuse me. You have no idea who I am or my
well,
position in politics.
Well, if you
so.
let me answer. As you learn how it actually works and why, you will find that people sometimes have different opinions and sometimes have very similar
That's fine,
opinions.
but doing what's morally just, yeah, and doing what you think is right are two totally different things. And you know, on Judgment Day when Judgment Day comes, I hope you all are prepared, yeah, for what you guys are sowing.
After, folks, that's it. After saving thousands of lives, I will be prepared.
Killing thousands of lives, more like.